Hi guys, welcome to number 18 of our Scrappy Sisters Scrap September series. So this is the close-up photo. Now, it's not as close-up as my brain had originally wanted, but it's quite difficult with an 18-month-old to get them to hold still for a super close-up. So this is the best I could do. And it is a photograph of my little man exploring outside, and he was so excited when he found ants. So this is a layout of him finding some ants, and I'm doing something I haven't done before, and it's a little bit of paper rolling. So I've stripped off some black strips of paper, and I'm just rolling those up, and I'm going to make 3 little rolls. One is as tight as I can possibly go, and that is the middle section of an ant. I'm making a little ant here. So insects have 3 parts, says I. Who knows everything apparently. Just wait, in this video there is a monumental mess up and you will laugh at me. So just letting you know that now. So insects have 3 parts. So in my mind's eye, the middle section of the insect I wanted to have super tight because it's going to be the smallest section. So I sealed that off with some double-sided tape, and then realized that one side of my paper is black and the other side is white. So when I rolled it into a ball, it actually ended up looking white on the flat side. So I've just dunked it into some Monumental's black ink, and that works perfectly. So then the next one I roll up a little bit looser. I don't want it to be as tight because I need the circle to be a little bit bigger this time. And this one I then pinch and make into like a teardrop shape, and it's going to be sort of the back end of the ant. So it's starting to take shape. I possibly could stop now, but I want to be a little bit more true to form of what an ant actually looks like. And I do one more circle, and again this one's a little bit looser in its rolling, and it is going to be the head, and it needs to be a little bit larger than the body, than the middle, than the abdomen. So once I have all 3 of those circles done, I just join those together with double-sided tape, and they hold fairly well. I was actually really impressed with how they hold. Now they are missing legs and they're missing little antennae. I just draw those on later on once they get sealed into my layout. So I end up making 3 ants this size, and then I make 2 more ants half the size. I cut the strips in half and make 2 slightly smaller ants. So I am now having a play with this collection of papers, which I just love. They're just gorgeous. All the colours are amazing. So originally I'd planned to use this sort of darker green colour because it's just beautiful. But as I'm cutting it off, I realised the bicycles on the other side are super awesome too. So I end up turning it over and using the bicycles on the other side because I think they match with the idea of a boy going exploring and finding ants. One of the branding strips have little eyes on it. I think they're like sleepy eyes, and they're super cute. Sorry about that. Little man is singing for you. Are you singing? Yeah. And they're super cute, but to me they kind of look like a little bit like they could be ants. They're not ants. They are eyes. But I thought, you know, a bit of poetic justice, a little bit of creative license. They look kind of cool. So I include that branding strip on the page as well. Then I felt like it was missing something. So I just cut 2 strips of this gorgeous bright pink colour, which is just amazing. Such a delicious colour. And include that on as well. I really feel like I'm channeling Katie here with this layout. This is very much a Katie layout, I feel. Cutting a big strip of paper and just having a bit of a play. She wouldn't bother to make the ants, but I just felt like starting off with such a big strip was very much what Katie would do. This layout was so easy to put together. It honestly took no time at all, which is really unusual for me. Usually I fiddle around and it takes me half a day but no, this one was a really beautiful, nice and easy layout. I actually got this layout finished and started another one before little man woke up from his sleep, which was pretty amazing. So as I said, I want to put that branding strip on that kind of look a little bit like ants. And then I think that the top one is missing a strip. So I have a play with the other branding strips, but they just don't match the layout or the idea I have for the layout. So I end up not making it symmetrical and just leaving the one branding strip on there. So I now pop up the photograph with some some foam dots, which I'm very quickly running out of. By the way, how delicious is that paper that I have backed the photo with? Oh, it was so hard backing the photo and not using that amazing paper. I have a little bit of that floral left, so I will use it for something else because it is divine. Anyway, I found this gorgeous jar that I just thought was amazing. So I'm going to put 2 little ants in the jar. We didn't actually collect any of the ants that we found, but I just thought it was really cute. I thought about it later after I'd stuck the jar on that it might have looked adorable to have the ants crawling out or crawling in of the jar. That could have looked really cute, but anyway, no big deal. This looks great as it is. So I've just stuck the ants on with double-sided tape and decided as I mentioned earlier, they were missing their legs and their antennae. So I just draw those on with a black Sharpie texter. I was undecided. I'd already done it, so I couldn't take it back. But I was undecided whether I should have put some legs on both sides of the ants. But I just put them as if you were looking at them side on, not... Oh, I don't know how to explain it. But I only put legs on one side. And I put 6 legs. Please tell me that's the correct number of legs for an insect. Oh, dear. And 2 antennae. And they're cute. I just love them. So I stuck those on with double-sided tape, as I mentioned. A little bit like my last video. I could have used glue, but glue takes so long to dry and I'm so impatient. I want to be able to use it right now, this instant. So busily doing that. What else can I tell you? I'm watching my son destroy my craft room because he had to be near me. And I'm crazy trying to do this layout this voiceover while he is still up, because I'm just running out of time to get this finished in time for it to go up in time for the 18th. And I've got 0 storage left on my phone, which is where I do all of my recording. So I need to get this layout voiceovered and off my phone and onto my computer so that I can free up some storage, because I need to do the 20th, which is the next layout I have to do. And oh my goodness, crazy, crazy, crazy. So I'm about to do my heading. I don't show you the whole lot. I only do half of it at first anyway, because I really want to work on this bunting that I've got going on underneath. I cut out the little triangles and I'm now just sticking them on with the string. I don't glue the string down separately. I just used enough double-sided tape that... oh, really? I just use enough double-sided tape on the back of the bunting that I can hold the string in place. You know, so 2 in one go, if that makes sense. So I just stick all of those down. I'm about to cut screen because I think you're getting the idea of what I'm doing there. And then my heading half of it has already been put on, because I wanted to make sure I didn't cover the heading with the bunting or use the space that I wanted the heading to go by putting on the bunting. And I'm just having a play now with the ephemera pack. It was really funny. When Katie got the ephemera pack, she's like, oh, some of these are going to be a little bit tricky to use. And I was the complete opposite, because, of course, I've got a boy in my family. So I was like, oh, just give them to me. I'll use them. Whereas all the ones that are like Girl Squad and girly things, like there's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous tiny word stickers that I do use in a minute. But a lot of them are girl-related things, and I just struggle to use those. I barely have any girls' nights myself, and I don't have any other girls with me, personally, in my immediate family. So I need to do some girly things to be able to use those word phrases up. But yes, so what am I up to now? Putting on some pop dots and some double-sided tape on all of my ephemera bits and pieces, and I'm almost done. I just need to put on my heading, my complete heading, and then you will notice my absolute monumental mess up. I finished my layout. It was amazing. I was super thrilled with it. Everything looked great. Oh, these are the tiny word stickers, by the way. Sent it to my sister. I went, what do you think of this? Isn't it gorgeous? And she's like, Jess, your heading doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you trying to write? Oh, my goodness. Luckily, it was all early enough in the piece that I was able to fix up my mess up of my heading. I did it backwards is the excuse that I'm using because I wanted to make sure it all fitted on the page, and I just have no idea why I didn't notice. I clearly didn't read it properly. So I'm now putting on some enamel dots. These are actually stars and they are so cute. So I'm using some beautiful sort of bluey teal ones and some gold ones to go with the heading. And I am almost finished. So I'm just about to cut to some photographs for you. And in the photos, I have already fixed the heading. So you will not be able to see the dodgy heading. You'll be able to see the actual completed layout. Oh, that's so awkward. Can't believe I did that. Bit of gold Heidi shine because you never finished a layout without some Heidi shine on it. I actually got a new one the other day because as you can see from my layout, I pretty much only ever use gold if you watch my videos. I got some navy, so I'm super excited to find a layout that I can use navy on. I think navy is going to be really good for me on my boy layouts. But I've almost ran out of gold. I'll have to get a new one. So here is my finished layout with the correct heading. We're going on an ant hunt. There's a close-up of the gorgeous ants and how they turned out. As you can see, by dunking them in the Memento ink, it didn't completely colour them black, but I really love the white bits that are sort of showing through. So I was super happy with that. If I didn't like it, I just would have got a texter to colour it in a bit more. But I really love that way that it looks. So hopefully you're playing along with our Scrappy Sisters Scrap September. Don't forget to tag us on Instagram and stay tuned for number 19 tomorrow. Bye guys.